by the year 2011, 2012, 85% of the market will be blade servers. Well, they were kind of wrong, but they were also right. You know, there was also the point where somebody said, and 85% of the market will be Itanium. And they were wrong, but they were also somewhat right. Because what they meant to say was, 85% of the market will be on 64-bit based CPUs. They just didn't understand that there might be something else to come along. The same way that the guys that predicted the blade market thought everybody was going to move to blades because density and modularity was where it was at, and they didn't realize that a form factor like twins could get you better density without being tied into some kind of proprietary architecture. And so when you take twins and blades and you start to add them together, you start to see that we're actually getting a lot closer to those analyst predictions. And what happens is along the time, products come out and they singularly change the way that people look at things. One of the products that does that is over here on the upper right. This is the Dell PowerEdge C5125. And over in the hosting fair, you can actually take a look at one. Dell's got one out, and they're great boxes. This has 12, essentially sleds. And so there's 12 servers that can be added very quickly. They're very modular, and they're all one-piece servers. So in the world of dedicated hosting, where your customer says, I have to have my physical server, and I can't share that with anybody else for whatever reason, be it psychological reasons, be it that they just feel more comfortable that way, be it that there are actual laws because of some of the data that's on there that it can't be in a virtualized environment. In these types of environments, you've got a great opportunity with a product like this to be able to get density that's down to 1/4 U for a server. As you're talking about 3 U, and you're talking about 12 servers in there. And that's a lot of density. And that modularity makes it extremely effective as you're deploying more and more servers. One of the best things that happened in the blade world was kind of this idea of wire it once and then get to take advantage of it for the rest of its life. You know, doing upgrades, doing servicing was so much easier with blades. And, you know, back in the days when I was at Dell and we were selling blades, I had a lot of customers that would come to me and say, I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to fill the chassis halfway up. Because I'm going to do all my cabling, I'm going to get that out of the way, and then when I got to deploy a new server, I'm going to ship one out to my Omaha office, and I'm going to get the sales guy to go slide it in there and push the power button, and I'll provision it remotely. And it became so much easier. They weren't continually going out to do all these dispatches for their blades. Well, this product is very similar to that in that it achieves a high amount of density, and for those of you doing hosting for dedicated servers, it's a great solution. This last one here is also a Dell server, and this one's one of my personal favorites because this one has 96 cores in a 2U chassis. So if you're doing virtualized hosting, if you're doing cloud deployments where you need a large number of cores, you've got that opportunity because in only 2U you've got 96 cores. Now later this year, when we come out with our 16-core processors, you can probably do the math on where that core count might land. But again, if your workloads, your cloud workloads are very bursty and they require a lot of cores, you want to be able to spawn a whole bunch of instances, load up those cores, and get the work done quickly. What better way to do it than with 96 cores in 2U? So there's a lot of modularity. The old days of 1P, 2P, 4P servers, a 1U, 2U, and 4U rack space servers, all of that is really going away with these new modular types of formats.